Hello and good evening. My name is Mr. Flores and I teach high school health. Today we're gonna do an overview of what is expected in my class. So some of the topics that students are expected to master involve nutrition and physical activity, growth, development, and sexual health, injury prevention and safety, alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs, mental, emotional, and social health, along with personal and community health. So, high school health encompasses a variety of different health topics from the body and its functions to injury prevention and safety. We talk about the importance of avoiding alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs, and what the impacts they have on our mental, emotional, social, and physical health. We're also going to talk about our mental health and personal and community health. So we're going to talk about what we see in our community, right? And students achieve a proficiency through mastery learning approach. Basically, what that means, I use what's called mastery learning and grading, and it's just a system of evaluating academic performance based on mastery of skills and concepts. So traditionally, students earn grades based on the efforts, their attitude, and their work habits. With mastery learning and grading, I tend to move away from that and I base their grades solely on the mastery of the learning targets based on the California Health Standards. Okay, so it's more about mastering a skill than turning in every assignment. Now, assignments are based on a 5-point scale. Okay, you get 0 points if it's missing or for cheating or if you just didn't do it. Okay, you get 1 point if you give me limited amount of work. Okay, just the bare minimum amount of work. A 2 is for approaching, right? You don't quite get it, but you're definitely taking steps in the right way. Proficiency means you got the topic, you understand it, you can use it, but there's a couple things that may be a little bit off. Advanced is you've mastered the learning target, you know how to use it in real world situations outside of the classroom. Okay, so in advance, it demonstrates an understanding above grade level. It goes beyond what has been taught, and you're able to teach others. Proficient demonstrates grade level or better comprehension and the application of skills and concepts. Approaching demonstrates basic comprehension, requires additional support, effort, or resources, and then limited is little understanding or application of the skills and concepts. Now, it's up to students to take agency or accountability of their own learning. I'm going to provide feedback. I'm going to show students what they need to do in order to improve their grades. They're going to have multiple opportunities to demonstrate their knowledge. But again, it's up to them. Okay. I will provide rubrics, checklists, and scoring guides that are aligned with the learning targets that we're covering. Um, we're going to use tools like Schoology that's going to help track the progress and identify areas that they need to work on in order to achieve mastery. So basically, everything's going to be on Schoology, and students always have an option to remediate their scores. So let's say we're taking a test and they only score a 3, they can always retake it in hopes of getting a 4, which is the highest grade you can get. Uh, so as you've learned, mastery learning uses a different way to score assignments using a 0 to 4 scale or a 5-point scale. Okay. However, LAUSD requires teachers to submit a letter grade for each student. In this course, you will receive a mandated letter grade based on your level of mastery of the learning targets. Okay. You will earn a letter grade for all 4 quarters and a final grade and 5 credits at the end of the course. So your letter grade is determined by examining your growth over time based on your performance and scores for the learning targets in the course. If you score 3 proficient or 4 advanced, that indicates that you've achieved mastery of the learning targets. So 3 or 4 is where you want to be. Okay, if you score a 1, which is limited, or 2, approaching, this indicates that you need to improve in order to master a learning target. You have not reached mastery. Okay, if you score a 0, that indicates you have not completed an assignment or assessment. The score may be remediated until the closing of each grading period. So all assignments, all tasks, all exams can be remediated. That means they can be improved until I have to turn in final grades. A 0 can also indicate that you've academically dishonest, right? Whether it's cheating or plagiarizing, those you cannot fix those grades. Once you cheat, you've cheated, and we move on to something else. Also, to determine grades for your midterm and course final grading, I will use the most consistent level of achievement. So basically, I will emphasize the most recent scores for each assignment. Let's say you scored a 3, and then a 2, and then a 2, and then a 3. I'm going to stick with the 3. Okay. You should work towards achieving mastery, which is a 3 or 4 for each assignment or each assessment, which each learning target. Okay. So here's how I'm going to translate the mastery scores to fit with the LAUSD report card. So anywhere between 10 to 80% is an A, 80 to 60 is a B, 60 to 70 is a C, 40 to 20 is a D, and anything below that will be a fail. Okay, and here's the 4-point scale that I use, the 5-point scale that I use. So some of the learning targets again include nutrition and physical activity, growth, development, and sexual health, injury prevention and safety, alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs, along with mental, emotional, and social health. In order to get an A in this course, a student needs to score a 3 or a 4 on 9 of 9 learning targets. No score lower than 3 in any learning target. In order to get a B, a student needs to score 7 of 9. Okay, a 3 or 4 and 7 of 9 learning targets. No score lower than the 2 in any learning target. And again, students can always fix a negative score. In order to earn a C, a student needs to score a 3 or 4 on 5 of 9 learning targets, no lower than the 2 in any learning target. A score of 3 or 4 on 3 of 9 learning targets in order to get a D. A score of 3 or 4 on 1 or less learning targets will earn an F, unfortunately. And that's how I do my grading. Okay, there will be an end of unit assessment that I will put together, and it's basically covers everything that we've learned, everything that's supposed to be mastered. This assessment is an opportunity to demonstrate mastery of the learning targets in the California Health Standards. I use Schoology basically all the time. Chromebooks are available for students. So it's very, very important that students bring their Chromebooks on a daily basis. And in order to be prepared for mastery, obviously you need your Schoology email and password. You need a spiral notebook for this class only, pens and pencils. Headphones are not mandatory, but headphones will be nice. Loose leaf paper, no food or drinks are allowed except water, and kindness, right? I need everyone to be kind to each other. Some of the expectations, I want students to be responsible for their own learning, right? I'm not going to be behind every single student. You're responsible for your own learning. You must attend every class meeting, arrive on time, and be kind. I expect students to turn off and put their phones away before entering my class. Phones may be used in my class, but only under specific circumstances. The only reason a student will be using a phone in my class is if I say they can use a phone in my class. You always have to ask permission before using your phone. And I want everyone to be kind. You're supposed to bring all required materials to class daily, or that's your notebooks, that's your Chromebooks, your binders, pens, and things of that nature, along with having your supplies. I need everyone to be kind. Be productive. Class time is for classwork, right? Don't waste any time in here. Respect yourself, respect others, respect personnel, respect public property, and be kind. Review and follow the agenda posted on Schoology Daily. I also have the agenda on the board. All work I expect to be completed when I assign, including activities and assessments. Students should be checking Schoology daily. Turn on their notifications to receive updates, and hopefully everyone in my class can be kind to each other. Okay, remediate all low scoring or missing work. That means if you score a 2 or a 1, go back and see if you can get a better score. Get my feedback. I'm telling you ways you can improve, and hopefully you can change that score. If you have any questions, ask for help when you need to. Help others if you're able to. Be kind to each other. And that is what I expect students in my class. Thank you very much.